Why does it seem nearly impossible to overcome addiction? This question often echoes in the minds of those grappling with the complexities of addiction. You see, addiction is not merely a lack of willpower or a result of poor choices. It's a brain disease that substantially alters our brain's structure and function, particularly in areas related to pleasure, motivation, and self-control. This neural transformation can make it incredibly challenging for individuals to resist cravings and control their behavior. It's like trying to steer a ship in a storm with a broken rudder. The brain, under the influence of addiction, is fundamentally different, making the journey to recovery a challenging one. But remember, understanding is the first step towards healing. Acknowledging addiction as a brain disease helps us realize the depth of its impact and offers insight into why it's such a tough adversary. Understanding addiction as a brain disease helps explain why it's so hard to beat. Did you know that addiction often involves a psychological need for the substance or behavior? It's not just about physical cravings. The mind forms a strong emotional and mental bond with the substance or the behavior. This psychological dependence can be like a powerful magnet, pulling individuals back even when they are trying hard to break free. This bond is often linked to underlying issues such as trauma, stress, or co-occurring mental health disorders. Addressing these issues is an essential step towards breaking free from the chains of addiction. Now, imagine trying to sever this bond. It can trigger withdrawal symptoms like anxiety, depression, nausea, and intense cravings. These symptoms, both mentally and physically distressing, can make maintaining sobriety a Herculean task. They serve as a painful reminder of the substance or behavior, creating a vicious cycle that's hard to break. The mental and physical discomfort of withdrawal is a significant obstacle to overcoming addiction. How much does your environment and daily routine influence your addiction? You might be surprised to learn that social and environmental factors play a significant role in addiction. Peer pressure, exposure to substances, and environmental stressors can all contribute to addictive behaviors. Moreover, addiction often weaves itself into the fabric of everyday life, becoming a part of our habits and routines. For example, you might find yourself reaching for a cigarette when you're stressed, or a drink after a long day at work. These behaviors become deeply ingrained, and breaking them can be a significant challenge. However, it's important to remember that change, while difficult, is possible. It involves replacing these unhealthy habits with new, healthier ones. This might mean practicing stress management techniques or finding new, sober activities to fill your time. It's a journey, and it takes time and effort. Changing your environment and habits is a crucial step in overcoming addiction. How does society's view of addiction affect your ability to seek help? Stigma and shame, they're like invisible chains, keeping addiction sufferers locked in a cycle of silence and suffering. Society often labels them as weak, immoral, or simply attention seekers. This stigma can create formidable barriers to seeking help. It's like a wall of guilt, shame, and fear of judgment that can stop individuals from reaching out for assistance. But there's another layer to this complex issue. Many individuals struggling with addiction also battle co-occurring mental health disorders such as depression, anxiety, or post-traumatic stress disorder. It's not just about battling one monster, but two or sometimes even more. This makes the journey towards recovery more complicated, as addressing both addiction and mental health issues simultaneously often requires specialized treatment approaches. So, you see, it's not as simple as just deciding to quit. Dealing with stigma and co-occurring disorders often complicates the path to recovery. Why is finding affordable, effective treatment so critical in overcoming addiction? Let's dive into that. The path to recovery is often hindered by limited access to affordable, evidence-based treatment options. Without these resources, individuals face the uphill battle of overcoming addiction largely on their own. This is a monumental task that can feel impossible at times. Professional treatment is a crucial element in this journey. It provides the tools and strategies needed to navigate the complexities of addiction, from managing withdrawal symptoms to addressing co-occurring mental health disorders. But it's not just about professional help. Support from loved ones, lifestyle changes, and ongoing self-care strategies all play a vital role in the recovery process. Unfortunately, these services and supports are often out of reach for many. They may be too costly, too far away, or simply not available. This lack of accessibility creates a significant barrier in the fight against addiction. Access to appropriate treatment is a fundamental element in the journey towards recovery.